December 2022. On a sunny afternoon, sitting at my desk, I suddenly receive a call.
Hey Rafa, have you heard of a place called Arcos del Sitio? It's about an hour and a half drive from Mexico City. You should check it out, bro. I think it might be interesting.
After doing some research on the place, I am convinced. I prepare everything that I need to venture, and I get on my way. Not without first asking, but why go and for what exactly? You know, the basic questions, why? Why? Because I am curious. Yes, curiosity is one of those essential things in life, in the life of the human being. It helps us to discover our environment, and more importantly, ourselves. And also because I am a self-proclaimed adventurer, and I guess I have to do it. And for what? That is a totally different question, and a more important one, because it carries a purpose. The main purpose behind all of this coming and going, prepare, arrange, plan, and everything, and that for what is the reason for this video. The real purpose of something. The potential lesson in everything that I can get out of this trip, and I hope I can pass it on to you. The answer to that question we will know at the end of the video. But just before getting there, you have to make a very important stop. Breakfast. What can we get? That mystery is always one of the best parts of traveling. Along the way, there are numerous places where you can stop to eat typical food and snacks that are perfect on this type of trip. Once you arrive, the first thing to do is cross this monumental aqueduct. I mean, this is the main attraction of the place. Not crossing it by foot is totally unthinkable, but this does represent a challenge, at least for me personally. I have to cross to the other side, but it just happens that I am afraid of heights. Minor detail, isn't it? Here, a series of questions arise in my mind, such as, how am I going to achieve such a feat? Is it worth doing? What's there on the other side? And a long list of etceteras. Now, this might not seem like a big deal to most, but to me, it's a universe of crowded voices in my mind, which definitely do get me quite concerned. It's just my first reaction to this sort of thing. For sure, some monsters from the past. I don't know, but I can't help it. What I do know is that the decision has been made and there's no turning back. I have to face my fears. In moments like this, we need to take the traumas and ghosts of the past and make them part of what we have become. That is, if it were not for them, we would not be where we are today. If they presented themselves at that time, it is because it had to be that way. And here we are today. We have the ability to transform the worst events in our lives into a narrative of triumph, showing a better self in response to the things that hurt in life. Easy? No. But of course, it is possible. And I would say that's even necessary. So what is this place all about? The history of Arcos del Sitio Ecological Park, also known as the Xalpa Aqueduct or Arcos de Xalpa, is an architectural work built entirely of stone, which measures 430 meters long, made up of 43 arches on 4 levels that measure 62 meters at its highest point, for which it is considered the highest aqueduct in Mexico. So we are facing something that is the first of its kind. Dating back to the early 18th century, when the Jesuit friars were in charge, it is said that the aqueduct was built with the labor of peasants and under the supervision of the Jesuits, all of them working for Don Manuel Romero de Terreros. Originally, their intention was to bring the water from the El Rio de Oro in the mount of the Pinal to the Xalpa farm, where this vital liquid was used mainly for agricultural irrigation and other tasks typical of this complex. Due to the expulsion of the Jesuits, the construction had to stop in 1767, but after almost 100 years, the project was resumed by Don Manuel Romero de Terreros, and the construction was finally completed in 1854. According to some historical data, in those years, it was the highest aqueduct in the world and one of the most important hydraulic works of the 18th and 19th centuries. It is located 29 kilometers or 30 minutes from the downtown area of the municipality of Tepotzotlan in Estado de Mexico, which, by the way, is also a magic town. But is there something else besides the aqueduct? In the description, I leave the entire list of attractions and all of the details, prices, how to get there, etc. Plan to come with your family, friends, even your pets, and enjoy a nice weekend. If you want to access the boats, you have to let them know at the entrance booth that you want to go to the lake. They will let you in through another access. There is also the option of horseback riding through the hills of this immense park, admiring the marvelous aqueduct from different perspectives, although I would prefer to see the horses running freely everywhere. Another excellent option is camping. Can you imagine having fun with your loved ones around a campfire, surrounded by nature, camping by the lake? What kind of stories would be told around the campfire? But if your thing is extreme sports, feel the adrenaline and test your dexterity and skills in teamwork. Jump, run, hide, attack, and do everything necessary to stay safe in the paintball field. And following in that same line of intense emotions, you have to do the zip line that goes right over an impressive ravine more than 100 meters high. Or if you prefer, do the complete circuit that consists of 3 zip lines. You can also bring your food and prepare it in the palapas and grills that are at your disposal. Just remember to leave the place perfectly clean afterwards. If sleeping outdoors is not your cup of tea, don't worry because they have fully equipped cabins for 2 or up to 40 people in double or group rooms, for all your friends or for the whole family. They also have a pool further up, where you can swim and enjoy an exceptional view at the same time. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't use some of the facilities because they weren't open at the time. Probably because of the time of the year, I don't know. However, you can call before you come to make sure everything is working properly. The walk is approximately 2 kilometers. If you strictly follow the circuit that is inside the park, that includes crossing the aqueduct, 2 suspension bridges, where you can actually jump and create chaos amongst everyone around you. Once you cross the river, you will find a playground. And if your little ones have the adventurous spirit like you, they can cross the river on a small zipline especially for them. In the food area that is at the entrance, you will find several delicious dishes and a variety of drinks and even some snacks. And to end or begin the day on a good note, delight yourself with a chimenea. That is not to be missed. And the newest of the attractions in Arcos del Sitio is the hot air balloon ride. It doesn't go anywhere, it just elevates in the same place. And here is the for what of the trip. Forging meaning in our lives does not make what was wrong right. It only makes what was wrong valuable and useful for us. We do not seek the painful experiences that carve our identities, but rather we seek our identities in the wake of the painful experiences. We cannot bear meaningless torment, but we can endure great pain if we believe it's purposeful. The ease makes a lesser impression on us than the struggle. We could have been ourselves without our pleasures, but not without the misfortunes that drive our search for meaning. And as the Apostle Paul wrote, "Therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, for when I am weak, then I am strong." Sometimes forging meaning can give you the courage you need to fight for your ultimate freedom, because if you banish the dragons, you also banish the heroes.